Hello guys, so I'm back with a new video and in continuation with the exploratory data analysis. In our last class, we have discussed how to handle duplicate values. We have covered the missing value, how to deal with missing values in a data set. And we also discussed in case we have to apply a bivariate analysis, at what type of plots we can use to make analysis of different data types. So we discussed in case we have both the variable as numerical, then we can create a scatter plot, line plot, heat map, or joint plot. In case we have one categorical variable, one numerical variable, then we can use bar plot, volume plot, and sum plot, etc. Apart from this, in case both variables are categorical, then we can use bar chart, group bar chart, or point plot. So we are not limited to these plots only, but we are trying. My motive with this video is to let you know how we can use different plots and how we can understand the output which is there using these plots. So I'll try to explain a few of them. In case you have any confusion, we can discuss those plots later as well. So to do the bivariate analysis, I'm going to use a data set which is suicide rate. So this would be the data set, and we are going to do the exploratory data analysis. Our purpose is to do exploratory data analysis, not for the inferential or the prediction. We are not using that. So this is just information. We have country, year, gender, age, the categories of the age, suicide rate, population, and n number of variables we do have. So we are going to explore this data set. So prior to this, let me import all the necessary libraries. So here it is, the pandas, numpy, matplotlib, pyplot, and the seaborn. So we are done with this. Now let me import the data set. So I'm giving the name as data and pandas read underscore CSV, and then I will be importing data from this location. So let me copy the path, and here it is. So I'll be putting that into the quotes, and I believe this is the name of my data set. Let me check it again. This is suicide rate, right? Fine guys, so let me run this. Just the extension that we need to add, that is the CSV file. So we are done with this part. Let me check few lines of the data. So I'll be applying head, and then this is the data. So we have country column, year, gender, age, suicide numbers, population, suicides per 100k population, country, year, SDI for year, GDP for year, GDP for per capital, and some generation columns as well. So let me do some exploration with the data set that we do for all the data. First, let's say we want to check the columns of our data set, what number of columns we are here. So the syntax for that would be the data frame name, which is data dot columns, so that I can check the total number of columns in my data frame. Fine. So you see that we have multiple columns here. Now we want to check the total number of rows and columns in a data frame. So how we'll be doing that? We'll be using shape for that. So data dot shape, so that we can check total number of rows or the columns. So we have 27,820 rows and 12 columns. So in the whole data frame, let's say I want to see that the total counts of specific data types that we do have, because we have object as well, we have integer, we have float. So I need to check the total counts for object, integer, and float. So how I'll be doing that? I'll be typing the name of my data frames, then the d types. D types will give you the output of the data types of into your data frame, and then I'm applying to the value counts for those types. So I'll get the total count for that. So you see we have 6 objects I mean the categorical variable, and 4 integer or 2 float values. Means total 6 are the numerical values and 6 are the categorical. And in case you want to check the whole information of the data, so we have info function for that part. That's it. So you can check the missing records, the data type, and the full the total memories that's being used by this data set. So you get all the information. Now, in case you want to check the missing value, you all know how to do that. And if there are the missing value, you can handle that. In case we have duplicates, so that part you also know how to deal with this. My concern is here to develop some plots. So I'll be creating a plot. Let's say I'm going to plot for the bar plot. I'm going to create, and that is to check numbers, of suicides by top countries, so that I can check which country is having the maximum number of suicide rates. Let me correct this. Fine. So how we'll be doing that? We need to create a bar plot to check number of suicides by top countries. So I'll be using 2 columns. One is the suicide number and another is the country, because I need to group my data based on these 2 columns. So I'm directly grouping and then applying the plot. Let me show you how I'll be writing a syntax. So this would be you can say the numerical versus categorical, because we are using one numeric variable and one categorical. So the plot would be, let me group my data, group by, I want to group by using country, and that is the country column, and I want to do correspondence to the suicide numbers, right? This is the name of my columns, and I just want to do the summation of this, the total sum. And if I group the data, so there will be an index, so I just want to reset that index. So I'll be using this function to do that. And then I want to sort my data based on the values. So sort underscore values will be there. And how you want to sort your data, that you need to pass. So I want to sort my data, it's up to you. Either you want to sort your data based on the suicide numbers, or in case you want to do a categorical sorting, so you can use different columns as well. So I'll be using suicide numbers here, suicide underscore, it's suicides, we have plural, right? Suicides number, and then you can use any top 10 values, or it's up to you. I mean, let's say I'm using bottom 10 values for that. So I'll be using tail and 10, and then I'm going to plot it. So the syntax for plotting this, I have to pass my x and y. So what is my x here into that plot? My x would be x equals to country, right? Country is my x column, and I want to do correspondence to the suicide numbers, which is my y. So let me put that here. So y equals to, the name of the column is suicides number. Fine, guys. So the bar I want to create, that is a kind is bar, because I want to create a bar plot. Let me put that into quotes, bar. Fine. And then let's say I want to increase the size of the figure. So I'll be increasing here only. And the syntax for that is figure size equals to, you can pass the x and y axis size. So I'll be giving, let's say 15 by 5. You can use any number. So let me run this code. So it may take a bit time to do. First, let me explain the syntax. First, I have grouped my data based on these two columns. One is country and the suicide number, and then I have find the sum of those records, and I have reset my index and then sorted the values based on these numeric columns. Then I have used tail values using tail 10, and then I have plotted country suicides for X and Y, and kind I have given. That's why I have, as I want to create a bar chart, so I just created the chart. Let me show you how it looks like. So it looks something like this. So what is the interpretation of this plot? What you understand based on this? So it's clearly visible that the Russian Federation has the highest number of suicides, and after that we have Japan and United States. So this is having the maximum number of suicide. This country is having maximum number of suicide, and this country is having these both are having the minimum number of suicides, United Kingdom and Poland. Comparatively, you see these three are the highest suicide numbers, and these are the minimum, and there is a huge difference between them. If you see, this is the maximum mean. Russia has the highest number of suicides, followed by the US and Japan, and they have exceptionally high count comparatively to the different countries that you can see from here. That makes sense to you? So now let's say I want to check the in case you want to group a data based on different sort of records. Let's say you want to do this into ascending order or descending order, so we have those options available as well. Let's say you want to create a bar plot to check number of suicides by bottom countries, so you can simply use ascending equals to true, and then you can plot your graph. In case you have any problem, I can help you out with that. So you use different strategies to do that. Next, now let's say I want to create a bar plot for number of suicide, and that should be based on the age column, right? So how I'll be writing a syntax, let me write it up. So this bar plot is for numbers of suicides based on age. Fine, guys. So my syntax to achieve this would be the data frame. Let's say I'm using SNS for that part. So that is, let's say A. I'm just anything, like you can write it access. Let's say AX equals to. So I'm creating a bar plot using SNS. And SNS is a Seaborn library. And what is my X here? X is age. And what is my Y here? Sorry, I have to pass this like this. Y is the suicide numbers. So this is suicide and number. Let me check the spells for this. Right. So these are the suicide numbers, and I want to pass the name of data frame is data only. So data is data, and let me create this. So let me increase the size of figure as well. So that would be plt dot figure, and fig size I have to pass like this equals to, and x would be 10 and my y should be 5. That's it. So let me run this, and you see that we have this is, let me zoom my screen so that you can easily understand. So the bar plot for numbers of suicides based on age, and you see the suicides based on age. So these are the, let me increase the size of this graph so that you can easily check, and let me do this 10 by 10 so that you can understand. Fine. So this is, So you see, this is for the 15 to 24, this is to 35 to 54, this is 75 plus years, this is for 25 to 34 and 55 to 74. We have different, I mean, you can say the range of the age, and based on that we can check that. So you understand that we have the maximum suicide number between 35 to 54, this one, that is the maximum, which is more than 500, and the minimum is for between childs, which is 5 to 14 years, and the second maximum is this, which is 55 to 74. That's what you can say, check. Fine. And just to make this plot more clean, let's say I need to make certain modification here. I'll be using palette, which is PALETTE equals to, let me do muted. Fine, so it would look something like this, a bit better than that. Now, so you have checked that, and you have created bar plot for the suicide and age. So these two are the numeric values. So you can create bar plot for numeric values. Sorry, that is not numeric, that is a categorical value. Because age is in different bins, or you can say the categories. Now let's say you want to check, I mean, the bar plot number of suicide versus gender. Based on the gender, you want to check what is the impact of suicide rate based on the different genders. Either male are more inclined towards the suicides or the female. So let me create that part, bar plot for suicide numbers based on gender. Fine. So how I'll be doing that? Let me create this. I'll be using SNS only for that. Let's say access SNS dot bar plot, and what is my x equals to gender, and what is my y is simply your suicide numbers, right? And the name of your data frame is data only. If you have different names, so you have to pass, this is a fixed keyword, this first data is a fixed keyword where we have to pass the name of our data frame. Because I have given the name of data frame as data only, so I'll be using data here. Fine, and let me customize this. The size of this plot should be dot fig size, not sorry, figure, and I have to mention the size, which is fig size is 8,4, let's say. Fine, so let me run this. Let me check if I am giving any error. Fine, I'm done with this part. So here is the plot for gender and suicide rate. So what does visualization make you understand? You clearly understand that male are doing more suicides comparatively to the females, and there is a huge difference between the suicide rate of male and female. That is your understanding based on this. So you have a clear understanding for that part. Let's say you want to check, I mean, let's say we have to create a plot based on the suicides and the population and the number of populations. So rather than using a bar plot, I'll be using a different plot, which is a scatter plot, and I want to plot number of suicides versus population. Based on the population, I want to check the number of suicides. Might be there can be a reason if any country do have a huge population, so the suicide rate is maximum in that situation, or is it creating any impact for the suicides in case we have higher population or the lower population. So this is the example of numerical versus numerical, because these two are the numeric values. We have suicides as a numeric, and we have population in numbers only. So let me create a scatter plot for that. So let's say I'm using a scatter plot. I'm giving this name, and I'm using SNS for that part, that is scatter plot. And what is my data frame? That is data, and the name of the column which I want to use, that is population. Let me check if it is population or not. So just let me check that. Yes, that is population only. So the population, and Y is my suicide numbers. So Y equals to suicides number. Fine, guys. And let me pass my data frame name, which is data only. And let me check again. I've done with the scatter plot. That's it. Let me increase the size as well, because that would a very small picture. It would be tough for you to understand. So let me give that part. So plt dot figure and fix size, and let me pass 15 by 15 or 5 only. Fine. So let me run this code, and you see there is a beautiful plot we have generated, beautiful scatter plot that we have generated here. So what is your understanding based on this plot? What you understand? So that's what we can see, that there is some relation between the population and the number of suicides. If we have higher population, then you see the suicide rate, it is not just the medium suicide numbers, just the average suicide is going to be happen. If we have the minimum population, then we have the total number of suicide is maximum in that case, that we can check. A lot of uh, data points which are available here. What we can do, like we can just bit customize that part as well. Let's say the data points that we represent here, I have to increase the size of these data points. So let me pass size equals to, in size what I want to give, I want to give this suicides underscore number. So you see a bit changes to our data frame now. You see that the small data points are the minimum suicide numbers, and the maximum is for the maximum suicide numbers. You see that part. So small data points you see around this, and the maximum you see around this. So the population, I mean, there is no strong relation between this, but still they do have some relation that we can check. Fine, guys. So you understand, I mean, scatter plot gives you a clear understanding. In case you want, you know that we can use a regression plot as well to check the relationship between these. Either we can develop a straight line or not. So let me do that. That is scatter plot and SNS dot. So that would be a regression plot. We will be using REGPLOT for that part, and my axis population, and what is my Y? Y is my suicides number. Fine. And this is my data equals to data. Let me increase the size of figure as well, and this is figure equals to plt dot figure. So I have to pass fixed size, which is, let's say 30. 30 and 15. You can give any other numbers as well. So let me run this. There is some issue. This is population, and oh, we haven't given Y for this part. Y is suicide numbers, then data. Let me run this now. And you see that would be a straight line. You can see that a straight line is here. Why we use if anybody have tried regression, linear regression, so we develop a straight line to understand the relation between these two variables, or in case we want to predict y based on the x. So if we can develop that line, we can predict y based on the different inputs of x. I have created videos for regression as well. In case you have any confusion to this part, you can check my linear regression video. So regression plot, I mean, with this scatter plot, you can directly create the regression plot as well. So in linear regression, what we basically does, first we create a scatter plot, then we develop that line. So the reg plot is there. We can do both tasks at the same time, scatter plotting as well, and the straight line as well. Let's say you want to create a line plot, although that takes a bit time. Let me do that. So for suicide and population only. So let me run the use SNS for that part. This is line plot, and line plot, my X is the population and my Y is suicide numbers, and data is data only. Fine. I have to remove this extra A. That is, let me create this for top 5 only, otherwise it will take a bit time. So I'm using head in place of data. So let me check, this should be equals to symbol, right? So let me run this, and here it is. Because I have just passed top 5 numbers, so it doesn't take a lot of time for that. So you see the suicide numbers is increasing based on the population. You see the highest suicide numbers we have when we have the highest population, and the lowest suicide numbers we have with the minimum population. That's what you can check. And this is the line plot, which gives us idea of how the suicide numbers behaving based on the population. I mean, either they are increasing or decreasing. Now let's say you want to create a scatter plot for the number of suicides based on 100K population, and for the GDP per capita. These are the two columns which I'm going to use. Let me show you which columns. So the name of this one, GDP per capita, that means the GDP per person, and I'm going to use suicides per 100K. So the based on the population and the capital for every individual. So how I'll be building that plot? Let me write the code for that part first. Let me show you. This plot is for scatter plot for number of suicides, and that is for 100K population, and based on GDP per capita. Fine. So the syntax for this would be, let's say, SNS dot scatter plot. I'm not creating any object. I'm just directly creating the plot, and my axis. Let me copy the name of the column. Which is GDP per. You all know how to rename the columns as well, in case we have this type of lengthy name, then we can replace those as well, or we can remove those extra spaces too. So this is, and my Y is suicides per 100K population. Let me check that either I made any mistake. So this is suicides per 100K pop. Like I believe I have given the same name to this. So that is suicides per 100K pop, right? And my data is here. So let me create this plot now, and the figure which I want to increase, I have to write this code again and again, because so that you can have a clear visualization, which is fixed size, and I'm giving just 15 and 8. It's up to you what you want to give in that way. That's it. Let me check its figure size, and yes, we are done with this. Where we have made the mistakes, this is our Y. So we are done with this once. Let me check where we made the mistake. Fixed size figure plt dot figure. This is fixed size. Oh, it should be the equal to symbol. Fine, guys. So yes, we done with this part. So what you see here, you see that what you understand based on this plot, how you interpret this. It looks like the higher suicide rates are a bit more towards the countries which are having higher GDP, right? However, it doesn't look like there is any significant correlation between the two, but it looks like higher suicide rates are a bit more prevalent in countries with higher GDP. Means if we, sorry, I believe I have just said that the mean of this plot is this: the GDP, in case we are having the maximum GDP is here, and we see for the maximum GDP we have minimum suicides per 100K population. When we have less GDP per capita, means per person, less GDP per person, then the suicide rate is higher. If we have higher GDP per person, then the suicide rate is smaller. Although there is, we can check it from here, there is no significant correlation between these two columns, the x-axis and your y-axis. But we can see that the higher GDP per person is the is a cause for a lower suicide rates. That is visible to both of us. How we check the correlation among pair of continuous variables? Let me show you how we do that. Let's say I'll be using SNS heat map, and that is heat map, and heat map for the data dot correlation. This is a function to get the correlation, and we will be giving not width is true, and I'm giving line widths which is 0.5 or 6, whatever you want to give, and then I'm using FMT, which is the the decimal point that we want to use for that. So I'm using just one float value, decimal float value, and just let me use the plt dot show, and let me increase the size of, let me run first. So it's a small size. Let me increase the size first. So this is plt dot figure, and I'm using fixed size, which is 10,5, and that's it. So we done with this data. we want to create a heat map for this data frame correlation. And let's say this, I don't want to use the multiple colors, so let me write this for, let's say, center equals to 1. So let me run this now. Right, so we can see that here for the different columns we have specific relation. So the higher color, the darkest color shows the maximum relation, and the lighter color shows the minimum relation. So instead of, I mean, in case of using simple correlation function, better to use the heat map. If we have maximum variables to create a correlation into a particular data frame, so the color helps us to pick out the most correlated easily. So you can see that the black one is the darkest color, which is 1 range. So that is the perfect correlation. It starts from 0. 0 means no correlation, and 1 is perfect correlation. So you see the x and y correspondence to each and every column. They see this one is the let me show you this SDI for year, and for y-axis we also have SDI for year. So SDI for year and SDI for year will obviously will have a perfect correlation, because that creates identical matrix. Apart from this, the maximum color which we can see is 0.6 means suicide numbers, and the population is having a correlation, that what we can say. And for this part as well, this is population and suicide numbers 0.06, SDI for year, and GDP per capita, that is 0.04. Mean anything which is close to 1 shows a better relation, and anything which is not close to 1 does not show a perfect relation, or you can say a better relation. So you try to observe this heat map first to get the idea. So you can easily understand the relation between different variables here. So the value which comes close to 1 is the better or the perfect relation, and the relation bond lies between 0 to 1, let's say 0.04, it lies here, and 0.08, somehow better relation, so you can check it from here. So within one go you can check the correlation between different variables. Although we do not have maximum variable here, just 6 variables we used. In case you have 20 or 30 variables, so heat map would be a perfect match for you. So you understand, the darker the color, higher will be the correlation. So yeah, so here you see that no better correlation, which is 0.06, almost we cannot say a perfect correlation in that case. So apart from this, we have one. Have you noticed this part? This is 0.01. This is the lightest, and 0.03 means there is no relation. And this one 0.08, it shows comparatively a better relation. SDI for year, and you can say this part, let me read this. This is GDP per capita. Means SDI for year and GDP per capita, these are the only two columns, only two pair with which have a most correlation. Right guys, so you understand how to interpret a heat map. Now let's say I have to create some more plots. For example, I need to create a plot for one numerical and two categorical columns. Two categorical columns. So the column I need to select, let's say I want to create a bar plot based on the let's say gender, suicide number, and their age. So let me create that. So I'll be using sns.barplot and data that I need to pass. My data is data only. Luckily, I don't need to use a different name. So X is the gender. I mean, I want to check based on the gender, and what is my Y? Y I want to give as a suicides numbers, right? And for you, I can use age so that I can compare these two based on the age. So I'm using three variables. One is age and gender, both are categorical. Suicide number is numerical because we have age here in different categories. Let's say 15 to 20 years, 35 to 54 years. So there are the different categories. So let me show this pmd.show and I'll be running this. So you see, let me increase the size of this plot as well. plt.figure and fix size so that it looks much better. Equals to 15, 5, let's say. So it would be something like this. Let me check. This is the data, this is our X, this is our Y, and we want to create bar plot based on age. So you see here that I just need to check the suicide numbers based on the gender, and parallelly I want to check the number of the age category for the number of suicides among male and female. So here you can see that male are doing more suicides comparatively to the female. And what is the age group that is more into the suicide for this male category? So we can see that orange one. So orange one in which category? This is into the 34 to 54 that you can see here. Orange color represent 35 to 54 years. Fine. So I can easily understand that rather than doing two comparisons plotting for the gender and suicide numbers, I'm using age as well so that I can categorize in which age group people are more inclined towards the suicides. So you see that this age group is doing suicides in males as well and in female as well. So you see the maximum suicide for the female in the orange category only, and for male also in the orange category. So this is for the 35 to 54 years. So this age group is more into the suicides. So the minimum is for this gray one. This brown one, you can say that is the age group is 5 to 14, and the maximum age group which we have green one, that is 75 plus 4. So you cannot say there is equality between male and female in this category, but either they are male or the female, if they lie into the age group between 35 to 54, they are more inclined towards the suicide. That what you can check it here. So isn't it good? Gives a the better understanding for you. Within one plot you can have a clear understanding for that part. Fine. Let's say now you want to create some charts, or you can say some plots based on the country and the gender that you can do. And in case you want to create some plots based on the in case you want to check the suicide across different generations, that one what you can do. In case you want to create a violin plot, you simply find out those plot on the official site of Matplotlib and Seaborn. In case you have any problem finding them, you let me know, I'll help you out with this. You try it from your end, and I believe you're good to go with the understanding of how to create different type of plots and how to interpret them. So fine guys, thanks. I'm done for the today. You keep doing this, I'll come up with some new interesting topics in my next video. So thank you, take care.